Okay. Okay. Third time's a charm, right, guys? Let's hope. All right. Woo! Hey y'all. How y'all been? I know your girl's a little late on the upload, but I've been honest with y'all and telling y'all I definitely came home and recorded yesterday. Wait, I'm sorry. We got to rewind. Welcome, guys. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Her Path, Her Pace, where growth meets grace. And I'm your host, Rashay. I was getting ahead of myself and just about to dive right in and start talking to y'all. But yeah, sorry, y'all. But like, when I need to better plan and just not be lazy. Just not be lazy. Because I'm telling y'all, it's literally like once I sit here in front of the camera and get going, like it's nothing. I have no problem editing. Like I don't like nothing. Like not. It doesn't drain me or anything. It's literally just the mental work of getting I'm like because I'm breaking habits. I'm breaking old ways. I'm breaking old thoughts and all those things. And in the part of but letting go and growing and moving, oh Lord, my mind has to also grow and move and change with me. And it's just a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot. My old ways are definitely trying to drag me down. Trying to drag me down. Trying to drag me down. But yeah, I gotta be better about actually, because like I said, once I get in front of the camera and I'm good. Like actually, I'll be fine. Even when I do feel tired and stuff, sitting in front of the camera and actually talking and recording the episode is not. That doesn't like nothing. It's the mental work of doing it. Like like I have to do it. It could also be some other things, but I have not gone to a doctor and been tested about any of those things. So that's also. Anywho, but thank you guys for being patient, and I appreciate all the grace. And like I said at the beginning, hopefully third time's a charm, and we get this recorded and out. And yeah, yes, that's that. And we can do life lately. Just a quick little update. Being snowed in was great. It was amazing, actually. The intro. I don't know what Jaguar is doing, y'all. He's just being weird. But the introvert in me loved being home, and I loved having the time off and taking a break. And honestly, now that I'm thinking back, if I would have been, you know, responsible, I would have recorded while we were snowed in, while I was at my apartment, doing nothing but sitting around watching TV. But I was enjoying the relaxation in the break, so it's okay. It's okay. I could have, I didn't, and here we are. Consequences of my actions. It's fine. It's fine. But I do need to be better about planning and recording this stuff. But yeah, that's really it. The Upper Light Community Cypher, they are still hosting their event to usher in Black History Month. It is February 4th. That is Thursday. This Thursday, I believe. Actually, according to the flyer, it is Saturday, February 7th, 2 to 5. So Saturday, not Thursday, Saturday. Just wanted to come in and say that. Okay, bye. Let's hope I get this uploaded before then so you guys can listen and hear that. So if this is after, I apologize. The plan, the goal was to get it uploaded in time to let people know before it happened. But yeah, so yes, if you are in Memphis, in the Memphis area, and you would like something to do and you want to help come out and celebrate bringing in Black History Month with us, and also come and support local talent, and all those things, and Upper Light Community Cypher. The link for the tickets will be down below, and all their socials and things like that will also be down in the description box. Moving right along. Yeah, that's really it. Those are all my updates. Oh, I finished all of Power books 1 through 4. I did. Yeah, I still stand where I stand with Michael Rainey Jr. What's up? Okay, cool. Moving right along. Now we're moving into shared steps, shared steps, shared steps, shared steps, shared steps. Okay, so for this week's shared steps moment, I wanted to take the time and give flowers to the one, the only Miss Ari Lennox. Yay! First of all, like, can we just talk about the vocals? She's different, you know. You hear her once and you know it's her. I definitely remember. I still vividly remember her BET performance of Shea Butter Baby in that gorgeous, like sexy robe. It was just like it gave like yeah. I'm still yeah. I'm still remembering because like I was literally and I was like that's Ari. Yeah. And that kind of voice isn't taught, y'all. It's felt. And she's taken that and she's made a career out of it. Do you hear me? Grammy winner, multiple albums, and songs that actually stick with people. You know, she gives us some sustenance with her music. Nothing trendy. Not trendy. It's timeless to me, in my opinion. And what I respect most is, you know, she doesn't rush herself. She didn't try to be anybody else. She stayed in her sound, stayed in her softness, and stayed in her truth. Even when that probably wasn't the easiest route. I remember like when everybody was complaining about how she didn't look like everybody else and all of that. And then she decided to take her health serious and got in the gym and she lost all that weight. And amazing. But then everybody had something to say about her losing all the weight. Like, whatever. And that's hard. Like I said, especially as a woman, you know, and especially in this industry where you're constantly people's opinions are constantly being thrown at you. You know, she shows up as herself, emotional, expressive, confident, sensitive, all at the same time. No over explaining and no shrinking. Just here I am. Okay? So, this shared step isn't a lesson. It's just simply about recognition. Honoring a woman who trusted her voice and trusted her timing. And she has built something meaningful without compromising who she is. So, thank you, Miss Ari Lennox. And please accept these virtual flowers in our shared steps moment. Yeah. Now we're moving right along to let's walk through it. Our main topic of discussion. I don't know if you guys heard me like talking a little bit. Well, actually, no, I didn't really talk about it. But so the thing I wanted to talk about with this being the month of love, also happy Black History Month to my fellow Black people. Black. Blackity black. I'm black and I'm proud. Black and I'm proud. Happy Black History Month to y'all. And to all the non-blacks, you better treat us with some kindness. But be extra nice to us this month. Because, yeah. you just, I just might be a Karen this month. Oh, yeah. Don't touch me. I'm just kidding. I'm so kidding. I'm kidding. Hey. But also, this is the month of love. So, I wanted to take the time and this episode I wanted to talk about self-love. And I believe, in my opinion, in my life, in my experiences as I've gone, and for me, this is true. The biggest form of self-love that I have been working and going through is learning to forgive myself. is forgiving myself. The biggest form of self-love that I can give myself, show myself, is to forgive myself. Um, and it's a lot, it's a work, and it is not easy at all. It's not easy at all. And because I didn't realize before I started doing the work and all the things, and yeah, before I started doing the work and facing the mirror and being honest with myself, I I didn't realize that for every slight someone did against me, or every person that I felt hurt me, I added it against me too. um and I'm be honest with y'all, the whole I now know that the reason why I felt like that, it my parents divorced when I was younger, and in the divorce, my mom left me and my baby sister and baby brother. And she took my oldest sister, my older sister, and she took my older sister. We can get into the details and nitty gritty of all that, whatever. But the basis is my mom left us, and I blamed myself for my mom leaving. And um and it was crazy because, like, I was trying to do I don't want to cry. I was trying to do everything. Like, you literally couldn't tell me there wasn't anything. um okay, this is my first time saying this out loud, and that's why it's bringing up all of these emotions. Y'all are witnessing me. You're witnessing this healing happening in real time. This whew, like, I literally did everything in my power when I was younger, um, to get my mom, like, to want to keep me. Um, hmm, like, yeah, I was in, I went, I got good grades. Like, I noticed that the kids, I noticed, like, and as young, I noticed that, kids, they got attention. And if you did certain things, you would get one type of attention. And if you did certain things, you got another type of attention. And I was like, I don't want to be getting paddled and getting calls home. Mommy's not going to want a bad kid. That's not going to make mommy want me. So, like, I made it my mission. Um, I made it my mission because I was like, if I'm smart enough, maybe she'll want me. If I'm good enough, maybe she'll want me. If I'm talented enough, maybe she'll want me. If I'm creative, if I am imaginative, if I'm a genius, if I'm all of these things, maybe then my mom will want me. Um, and my parents didn't get remarried. My parents didn't end back together, and I internalized that as, you weren't good enough, you know? You weren't good enough to keep your mom around. So anything bad that happens is because you're just not good enough. Any and every bad, every slight, anything that happens to you is your fault because you just aren't good enough. Oh, um, whew, yeah. So, like, that's and that's the that's the root for me. Yeah, for me, I was like, yeah. I mean, there's other factors too. There's other things. But in terms of forgiveness, and blame and hurt, in that way. That was how my little brain wrapped around all of that. And crazy enough, um, I was at church, and church it was a watch night service and everything. And I was young. I want to say I was about 7 or 8 when I said this, but I stepped up in church and I was like, I forgive my mom. Like I did. And I genuinely had, because I didn't blame my mom. I blamed me. Um and by me not forgiving myself, and you know sorry. By me Jaguar is trying to open my bedroom door because I put him in there because he had the zoomies. So that's just it. Hold on. Yeah, I'm okay. Okay. Sorry, I'm back. Y'all had to go get Jaguar. What was I saying? Oh yeah, by me not forgiving myself, by taking on all of that blame, like about like I didn't realize that I was still harboring on that and holding on to that. Cause I wrote down and I took the time to be like, because I took a forgiveness course a couple of years ago, and I wrote down and went through, and there are things that I have forgiven and da-da-da, but I didn't until just now of saying that, all of that out loud. And yeah. And it was just like, in me not forgiving myself and blaming myself for that, it made me a people pleaser, because I didn't I never wanted to not be good enough for anybody else again in my life. Hold on. Okay. Bye. Huh. What was I saying? I keep getting distracted by Jaguar. Um, yes. I never wanted to not be good enough for another person. I never wanted that to be a reason for anybody to leave my life. I didn't. So by not forgiving myself, I became a people pleaser. Um, and also just having that seed of unforgiveness for myself just made it easier to have such a negative self talk, like inner voice. And this is happening in waves and phases and levels, because the first time I came to the realization that I felt like I wasn't good enough, it was it revealed one reason. And then the next time where I thought I wasn't good enough, it revealed another reason. And now here we are. And I pray to God that this is the route so I can finally get this done and over without her. Oh. Okay. Who? Huh. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Never thought I would record myself crying. Mm. The only place that there was ever a video of me crying and I posted it was on Snapchat. But like, my Snapchat was private, so everybody can see it. This ain't private. This ain't private. This ain't private. Um. Hmm. Yeah. So like, and I had to be honest with myself about like why you like we've done so much work. You've done so much work, and like even with me coming to this realization now and speaking it in real life and all that, it's just like it's just making me be like, why do you why 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 Ariel, why Shay, why me? Why won't you forgive yourself? Why are you punishing yourself? Why are you doing that? Why are you doing that? Why are you doing that? Because you know what other punishments that I've given myself simply from not forgiving myself? I've given myself trust issues. So now I don't I I question every decision I freaking make. like and like not I don't, and it's not a healthy amount of questioning. Like, you should not question yourself that much. You should not. Like, and okay, let me be more specific. Very more specific. Let me be more specific. Okay, friends, I lost a lot. I lost friendships, friendship breakups. When all of them I had a lot of friendship breakups happen at one time. When all of those breakups, when all of them happened, whether it was, regardless of what it was, I blamed myself for all of them. And the thing that I came away with, because part of the situation was I was in a dark place. And so it was a struggle for me to get out of bed, let alone text, call, reach out to people, and make plans to go see people. Um, but that I normally would. I'd text, check in, all that stuff, whatever. But I was in dark space, couldn't get it was a lot to get out of bed. And once I stopped reaching out, my phone went silent, crickets, dead, nothing, nada from nobody. And I was like, oh, where are my people? And that hurt. That hurt like hell. And since that hurt so bad, I took that. I took it. I took it and put it on me and said, not what you think I'm saying, what I said. I said, wow, look at you sucking at choosing. Because you chose to be friends with those people. So you can't be mad at nobody but yourself. And I took that. And you know how that's punished me now? Man, I'm struggling with trusting being friends with anybody. Simply because I am scared of people abandoning me again. And obviously, my choice, me choosing, me picking, is terrible. That's the talk that went in my head. That's the talk that went in my head. Cause like to look up and nobody was around, it's crazy. And then Like I said, like it's made me be a people pleaser. Whether I didn't want, I don't want to be that. Let me tell y'all how adamant I was that I wasn't that. So why? No, it's a punishment. It's a punishment that I've given myself to adjust and adapt because I don't. I I'm realizing I don't want to start crying again. Mm. Every time that I've worked on silencing the voice that's saying you aren't enough, I'm not good enough. I've I'm sitting here and I'm realizing that I was forgiving a different version of me each time, which is why I feel like I still haven't forgiven myself fully. Um, I think I think we're there. We're here. Definitely gonna do some work when I get off this camera. Um, yeah, I don't know where I was going with that. Um, but yeah, as I'm sitting here thinking and talking and saying out loud and things, I realized, yeah, I don't want to close back up. We're not closing back up. Stay open. Stay open. Stay open. Stay open. Stay open. Stay open. We stay open. Stay open. Um. Ooh. Oh Lord. So yeah, I don't know what that. I don't know. So forgiving yourself, forgiving for me, learning to forgive myself is going to be the greatest form of self love I can give myself. And I'm not fully there. Like I said, I clearly have some work that I still need to do with it, with forgiving myself. Um, but if I want to fully move on and heal and like, I mean, just forget even. I want to finally be at. I want to finally be at peace. Like um, and I definitely feel myself moving closer. I definitely feel a lot closer to it after releasing that. I didn't know I was holding on to it. It's probably why it took so long to get this episode. Cause yeah, I needed to release that. Yeah, but I haven't forgiven myself fully. I still gotta work on it. Cause I mean, like I said, I didn't even. It was the first time I said that out loud. And not only is that the first time I said it on camera. Like what? And it's supposed to be on a podcast episode. I'm like, what? Like, googly moogly. Whoo, I did say I was going to be vulnerable and authentic and raw with y'all, didn't I? I wasn't expecting that. I wasn't ready for that. Well, I mean, obviously I was ready for it. I am ready for it because it happened and I'm still here and I'm still alive and I do feel a lot better. I feel a whole lot better now. That's not what I thought this episode. I didn't. Woo, wow. Anywho. Oh, yeah. So yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and close up this. Let's walk the main topic. Close the segment, and the closing question that I want to leave with you, and I want you to take the time to sit and think on it, and if forgiveness is an act of love for you, when are you going to finally offer it to yourself? Like, I want everybody to seriously take the time and sit and be honest with yourself. Are you mad at you? Do you blame yourself? Why? And be honest. Like, be honest. You gotta be honest wherever you're at. Speak your truth wherever you are at. But yeah, that is the question that I wanted to leave with y'all. If forgiveness is an act of love, then when are you going to finally offer it to yourself? This is a question that I am also throwing back on myself. When are you finally going to offer it to yourself? Yeah, I hope this all makes sense. And it will. Well, I don't know if it will or not. I hope it makes sense. That's not cool. Now we're gonna move on to letters along the way. Letters along the way. Yeah. So this is the segment where your voices are heard. Your voice, your stories, your experiences, your life lessons. If you would like to share them, this is where they will be read. Also, if you would like some advice, I'm not a professional, I'm not a doctor, but I can offer the best thing that I can. You can email those letters to lettersalongtheway@gmail.com. That is lettersalongtheway@gmail.com. Also, being that this is Black History Month, I want to take the time to dedicate our last episode for the month to giving Black women their flowers and accolades. So if there's a Black woman in your life, in the world, throughout history that you would like me to highlight, send in their stories and their names and all those things, and I will highlight them in the last episode of the month. So in the subject line, put "give her flowers" and email those to herpathherpace@gmail.com. That is HERPACEHERPA. No, that is herpathherpace, HERPATHERPACE@gmail.com. Cool. Subject line, "give her flowers" at her, and email those to herpathherpace@gmail. Cool. Now we're gonna go to her playlist. All right. Once again, now, like I said, this is the month of love. The month of love. And this song, it was a TikTok song. Actually, it came across me on TikTok, and I fell in love with it because the song, it's called "Love Off a Vibe" by Gina and Nijavon, however you pronounce your name. I apologize if I'm mispronouncing it. I just love how they talk about falling in love with a woman, falling in love with a Black woman, and it's just so beautiful to hear and refreshing. So yeah, that's the song on her playlist this week. "Love Off a Vibe" by Gina and Nijavon. Yeah. So that's that. All right, now we're at Glow Up Goals. Cool. So for our Glow Up Goals for the month, I've already been doing this, which is, I'm pretty sure that's why I've been so emotional. Like, today was a very emotional day for me. Like, I got hit randomly this morning with a wave of sadness and just got and cried and nearly broke down, like nearly had a breakdown. I don't know what happened, what triggered it. Well, actually, I do now know what triggered it. It was a message, but now thinking and reflecting, yeah, it was a message, and it just made me sad. It really, it really did, but it was like a strong, I immediately felt it, and it's because I've been journaling every day, so I'm kind of hyper aware of my emotions. It's funny because I'm saying it now because I ain't gonna lie. While I was at work, y'all, I was trying to I couldn't for the life of me figure out what the world happened. So yeah, um, so for the month, journaling, you might be surprised at what you unlock and reveal to yourself. Okay. I am inviting and asking that you take it as a daily practice for the month to journal every day. But do give yourself grace and do what you can do. If it's once a week, it's once a week. Do a weekly journal, like a week reflection, a weekly release. Or it can be just something you do in the morning to get off your mind whatever you had on your mind. Or it can be what you do before you go to sleep so you can let go whatever you've been holding on to all day. Whatever time of day, whenever frequency, it's just this is our commitment of the month. It's to journal. That is our commitment of the month. And yeah, it's working for me because yeah, my emotions been whew, everywhere. This week, being that I'm actively working on forgiving myself, and that's my act of self love. I want y'all to do something, perform an act of self love this week. But I want it to be a true act of self love. Like I'm not saying, I mean, I ain't even putting up parameters on it. No, what do perform a true act of self love. That's it. Show yourself some love, show yourself some grace, and take the time this week to do that and make time to do that. Okay, and daily, I have another affirmation for us. It is so every morning, and before you go to bed, you're gonna tell yourself, "I love you." That's it. That's the daily affirmation. I love you. You're going to look in the mirror and tell yourself, "I love you." Raw, stripped down, butt bare naked. Don't matter. But you're gonna look at yourself in the mirror. I love you. That's our daily affirmation for this week. I love you. I love you. So, yeah. Now we're going on to Grace Notes. Oh man, and the grace note that I want to leave you guys with today, being that we're on the topic of self-love and learning to forgive yourself and working through forgiveness and all of that. Let's just say the grace note is grace isn't pretending that it didn't hurt. Okay. We're not we're not ignoring our pain. That's not what we're trying to do. That's not what we want to do. But it's deciding you don't have to punish yourself forever. Okay? Because for me, holding on to no, for me, unforgiveness has it's just been a punishment. And it's done nothing but hurt me. So I don't want to keep hurting me. I really don't. I really don't. So that's it. That's our grace note for this week. So thank you guys once again for joining me on another episode, and thank you for giving me grace on this week with uploading this week's episode and getting all of that done. And now, yeah, we got here. We're here now, and it's it was right. But yeah, so thank you guys, and I will see you guys next week on time on Monday. Okay. Y'all can. I don't know. I I don't even know what y'all can do to me. Cause like yeah, you can pop me. I get pop my hand through the camera, pop my hand. Okay, if I'm late again with the upload next week, but I'm not going to be. So yes, so thank you for joining. All of the updates, social handles, and everything will be down below in the description box. If you like the show, stick around and get notified. Turn on and put like, share, comment, subscribe, push notifications, do all the thingy majiggies so you're notified and every time a new episode is uploaded or anytime I upload any clips or I make a post or any of the things. If you just want to be in the know, look down below so you can know where to find all the things. But you can also just like, share, comment. You can also subscribe and all that. And yeah, and you'll always be in the know. So you never have to know if you know. Thank you guys for tuning in and joining me again on this week's episode. Remember to pause, breathe, take a beat. Don't forget to give yourself some grace. Until next time, guys. Bye.